It's a new year and it's still the same old me. We've gone through this every year. The super high expectations, a few days of me being on my best behavior, then we're back to the lazy, unproductive, and uncreative self. Goals have a nasty habit of not being met. We all want to be prolific, improve our craft, and just create amazing things while we're here on this earth. This year, instead of setting goals and not meeting my expectations, we're going to talk about habits.
First habit that is going to help you guys create so much this year is to put it in your calendar and plan it out, guys. The main excuse that people have for not creating the art they want is that they don't have enough time. When things are just up in the air and you just create whenever you feel like it, well, there's no guarantee or accountability for you. So put it in your calendar or your planner. Like when you have a meeting or an appointment, you're obligated to attend it. So make it an obligatory event that you gotta take your creative butt to. I promise it's not gonna be that bad of a meeting, guys. Like you guys are invested in putting in time into your work and your success. And then you can even go a step further and create a task list of things that you want to complete during that blacked out time for yourself. Complete writing part 1 of the script, or lay out the base colors of a painting, or come up with 2 alternative melodies for that chorus of the song that you're writing. Then turn everything off, switch off your devices, turn off all distractions because you owe yourself that full undivided attention. The second habit is reading or listening to creative books and artists. Your brain is basically like a gas tank that continually needs to be refueled with sources of creative ideas. Listening to books on creativity and art is such a great and easy way to absorb inspiration and motivation throughout the day, even if it's just for 15 minutes daily, which leads us to today's sponsor, Audible. Audible is the home for storytelling and offers hundreds of thousands of audiobooks across every genre. Literally anything you can think of, Audible has it. You can also discover new formats like the exclusive Words and Music series or a podcast. A book I love listening to again and again in the car, doing laundry, and in the shower is The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. It never fails to get me off of my butt and creating freely. Pressfield explores the concept of resistance and helps you overcome self-doubt, vanity, fear, and self-sabotage. Not only is this book a quick read, it's super awesome. So if you guys are interested in picking up this book, you guys can get it and try Audible for free for 30 days at audible.com/anniedxng or text anniedxng to 500-500. Members get 1 credit each month. That's good for any audiobook regardless of the price. So get to it, you guys. Habit number 3 is do it every day, which sounds like a no-brainer, but the obvious way to get better at what you're doing and to create more quality work is by just doing it.
Just do it!
Pushing past frustration and just making anything. Like tell yourself that you spend 2 minutes doing it just to get yourself started, and chances are you're probably gonna spend more than 2 minutes doing it every day. And it doesn't matter how good you are when you start, because you're gonna suck when you start out. Everyone sucks when they start. What matters is just whether or not you're improving. Your cumulative output matters way more than any single thing you create, and the secret to become a better writer, artist, musician, photographer, etc. is to be a prolific one. Habit number 4 is to stop comparing. Comparison is the antithesis of creativity. And the thing is, we are all on different paths, doing different things, going at our own different paces. Like literally the other day, I had a conversation with my friend Luki about how we're always comparing ourselves to those around us. Like there's always gonna be someone younger, there's always gonna be someone doing better and doing more than us all the time. And although Luki and I are on different paths, we're both comparing ourselves to other creatives all the time. And in a recent video about creative blog, I shared how comparison actually kept me from writing for literally an entire year. Like even if your peer is doing the same thing you are, their brain is not yours. Comparing yourself is kind of like comparing a turtle to an avocado tree. Like yes, they're both green, they're living things, they eat, they reproduce, but they're not the same and they're not on the same journey. They're all going different places, growing into different things. But what you can do is compare you to you. So you can track your own progress, you can see how much you've grown, how much you've changed over a week, a month, a year, and that is significant feedback. Habit number 5 is to create an environment without friction. In the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, he explains how an essential part of building a habit is to make it so easy to do the habit that you can't possibly miss it. To make good habits easier, reduce the number of steps to do them, and to make bad habits harder, increase the number of steps between you and the habit. And by changing your surroundings, you're creating an environment that works for you. This is called environment design. For example, like if you want to write more music, you can keep your guitar or your piano, your writing materials always out in a room that you spend the most time in. You can have your mic and your audio interface always plugged in so that there's no need to set up every time you want to start. If you're keeping your creative tools in a closet on the highest shelf, out of sight, out of mind, well then that's friction that you're creating for yourself. I know that if my gear was in a closet and I made it so inconvenient for me to get out every single time, I'd be lazy to do it. We usually default to whatever's readily available to us in our environment. So using that information, we can design an environment that makes it harder for us to do the things that we don't want to do. So for example, if you want to eliminate distractions, you can unplug your devices and put it away. You can even unplug your TV from the wall and put it into a closet, so whenever you want to watch TV, you have to go in, take it out, and then replug it. You can even uninstall all of those apps that cause mindless scrolling, and then notice how your environment affects your behavior. Anyways, that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that you found these tips and habits helpful. If you guys are trying to be more prolific and just create more art this year, comment down below what it is that you're trying to work on, and maybe we can even start an accountability comment section down below. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!